Hello and welcome to Unfrazzle with me, Louise Miller. If you're a solo business owner and you have a big, exciting vision and loads of ideas that you want to get out in the world but without drowning in a sea of overwhelm, then this is the podcast for you. Each week I'll be sharing bite-sized insights to help you stop faffing and stay focused so you can make your brilliant ideas happen and make a bigger impact in the world. It's time to step away from the hustle and find a kinder, more sustainable approach to productivity. So grab yourself a cuppa and let's get started. Spring 2016 and I'm on an adventure. The stress and anxiety I've been feeling at work have taken their hold on me physically, and I can't even walk to the shops and back without needing to stop for a rest. But still, I'm on an adventure. I've realised it's time to leave employment and figure out what I'm going to do next. And this journey of discovery isn't a solo expedition. Other courageous travellers are on the path with me too. Together, we're exploring our strengths and our weaknesses, figuring out what brings us alive, what are our natural gifts, what are we going to do next as we move into this kind of adventure of self-employment. And I don't yet have all of the answers, but through the fog and the exhaustion, I feel a tiny glimmer of hope. And one day, as part of our mission to understand ourselves better, we're invited to take the wealth dynamics test. So I get really comfy on the sofa, I answer the questions, hit submit, and head over to my inbox to read the results. So for those of you who don't know about wealth dynamics, it's a profiling system created by Roger Hamilton, which is about helping entrepreneurs to find their flow. I'll pop a link in the show notes in case you're interested. But just to let you know for context, my results are that I'm an accumulator. So basically that means I'm a great team player. I'm really reliable when it comes to getting things done. I'm orderly with a good eye for detail. I'm really strong when it comes to completing, but I'm not so great at extroverted peopling and jazz hands and look at me-ing. Back to my results. I got my results, I found that out, and I was absolutely livid. I can't even describe how angry I was. Here's a little quote from my report. It said, "Accumulators are reliable, get things done on time and don't make rash decisions. Accumulators make the best project managers when a project needs to be delivered reliably on time and budget. They are the reliable organisers on the team." I mean, how boring does that sound? So my initial thought back in 2016 as I was reading this was, how the heck am I going to create a business that I love based around that? So I stomped into the kitchen and I read the report to Tom. And he started nodding along in agreement. Not in agreement with my rage, you understand, but in agreement with the dull as dishwater report that I was sharing with him. And he's nodding because he doesn't think that it's dull, he thinks it's accurate. But I'm back to, well, how the heck am I going to create a business I love based on this? It's so boring. And all of the other profiles look so much more fun. Anyway, time passes. My indignation slowly morphs into resignation. All right then, I suppose I do look for a time and a place for everything. And yes, I am careful and reliable. So a few weeks later, I mustered up enough energy to catch a train to London for a meetup with the other people who were on the course with me. So I headed into London and I was sitting nervously cradling my G&T. But then something really unexpected happened. So the new friends that I'd met on this course began to gush enthusiastically about my strengths, and my eyes widened in surprise. I couldn't quite understand what I was hearing, that they wished they could be organised and get stuff done like I could. But the more I listened to them, the more the penny slowly began to drop, and I started to sit up a little taller in my seat. Suddenly I could see where I fit in with all of these sparkly, shimmery souls who really energise and inspire me. Because my boring skill set doesn't need to mean a boring business. What if I could use my powers to work with these sparkly, shimmery and inspiring people? What if I could help them achieve all the things that they dream of? So 7 years on, and just the other day, one of my private In It Together clients told me what a relief it is to know that she no longer has to worry about the fact that she has 0 steel energy in her wealth dynamics profile. I've got 44% steel, which means I have a really good eye for detail and I'm great at completing. So having me at her side fills the gap in her profile, leaving her free to blaze a trail. I think the majority of her energy in wealth dynamics is that blaze energy that I only have 8% of. So we complement each other really beautifully. And I now realize that that thing that once felt boring to me, I now realize that that is my superpower. And when I use it to support people who are doing amazing work in the world, it feels really fantastic. So why am I telling you this? Well, I'm telling you this because I want you to know that your natural tendencies, your preferences, your gifts are perfect just as they are. You have everything you need to do the things that only you can do. You can't be a genius at everything, and you don't have to be. We're all wired differently, which is such brilliant news because it means all you need to do is find the support that you need to fill the gap, and bingo, right? You're knocking it out of the park. So if you know that there is a gap in your own skill set and your own tendencies, and that gap is holding you back or causing you a problem in some way, just have a little think about how you might plug that gap. Who do you know that might be able to help? And then make sure you ask for that help. We don't have to do this on our own. As always, I hope this helps, and I can't wait to see you again soon. Thank you for listening to Unfrazzle. Sharing is caring, so if you loved this episode, please share it on your socials or head over to Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you get your podcasts and leave me a review. Not only will I be hugely grateful, your ratings and reviews will help others to find this podcast so that even more people can make their ideas happen. Thanks so much, and see you next time.